You really need to concentrate on protecting your chicken coop because everything wants to eat the chickens. They're a delicious little thing that all the animals want to get, and they're pretty easy pickings, so they're easy to get and kill. And we love our chickens. We just get to know them so well. They all have their little personalities, and so it's sad when somebody gets one and kills it. Also, those delicious eggs are just so healthy for a good homestead diet. There's lots of little different predators that want to get your chickens. Everything loves to eat the chickens. So depending on where you live, depends on how fortified you need to build your coop. But I'm going to give you some ideas today so you can keep your chickens safe. All right, number one is the width of your coop. And the reason is, if it's too narrow, a raccoon will reach through here and get them and kill them, but they can't get them out of the coop to eat them or to drag them away. So sometimes you'll find a chicken dead in the coop with the neck a little funny or the head a little funny, and you'll be like, what happened? You won't really be able to figure out what it is, and a lot of times that's a raccoon that has reached through and grabbed a hold of it. When you have a wide coop like this, is 10 feet wide, the raccoon can't grab it, obviously. The chicken has room to move. So if your coop is kind of narrow and crowded to where the chickens can't get away from the edge, and also raccoons are kind of cunning, they'll sit there and wait until the chicken comes close and they'll get a hold of them. So make sure your coop is wide enough, and that, do the 2x4 wires right here. Don't do bigger than that. Otherwise, they can really reach through. All right, so I have the big wire because my coop is extra wide and extra long. But if I had the smaller it went and the narrower it went, I would probably just use chicken wire instead of this. So that depends on the size and how much room you have for your coop. Okay, the next thing is most people want to have a complete solid roof on the chicken coop. I just have a piece of wire over the water, because that's when they're vulnerable, is when they're eating and drinking, and when a hawk will come down and get them and swoop down and get them. So I just put a piece of wire over the water in the little food area, because I will dump food here too, where they can eat. So this piece of wire over this section keeps them safe from that predator, a flying predator. This is all open, of course, but I do have working farm dogs that are in my yard 24/7, so they do keep raccoons and possums away. But I do recommend, if you're building your coop right from scratch, just go ahead and put a cover over the entire top of the coop. Better safe than sorry. Okay, this is the hen house. The hen house is very, very important. I would say focus on your hen house when you're building a coop. This is the main building and where they spend a lot of time, where they eat, where they sleep, where they lay their eggs. This is a 10 by 10 hen house, and it's a really good size, plenty of room. The chickens love it in here. They do need a run to get sunshine and, fresh air, and they get bugs and stuff out there. But this is where I would spend the money if you're building a coop. Focus on your hen house. You want your hen house to be like little Fort Knox. This is the part that is super sturdy, super safe, where nothing can get them. And I don't have boards going all the way down to the floor here, but depending on where you live and what kind of predators you're dealing with in your area, you can make those boards go all the way to the ground and just have a little door in there that you can open and close whenever you need to. So in the morning you can come in, open the door, let them out into the run, and at night they come in and you close the door, and you know for sure your chickens are safe and nothing's going to get them because they're in the hen house here. So that would be my suggestion. Focus on a really, really sturdy, good, secure hen house. I want to talk about how to really, really protect your wire run if you're having a predator problem. You can electrify it. And what I mean by that is run a strand of electric wire, not on the inside, but on the outside, to protect your chickens from anything trying to get into the coop. So what you do is you can buy all the stuff at like Tractor Supply, Rural King. There's a lot of places you can get the material you will need to do the electric fencing. What you want to do is measure up 6 inches. They sell these yellow extensions that stick out about 4 to 6 inches, and you put them on the poles, and you can even add little poles if you need to, little short poles to hold the extensions, and you run that wire all the way around your coop. That way if a little fox or a raccoon or a possum comes sniffing around, they'll get shocked by that and it'll send them running, and they'll go look for easier pickings. They'll leave your coop alone. That's if they come around during the day. I would highly suggest keeping all your chickens in the hen house at night. This is what the electric box looks like that you're going to use around your chicken coop. Now this is a big one. This is a 30-mile box. They sell them for 1 mile if I'm not mistaken. So you can just get a little one that goes right around your coop. Perfect. And you just have a ground, you have the hot wire. Instructions come with it to tell you how to set it up. You will need a rebar ground rod. It's very, very easy. And if you come around the corner here, here's what the yellow extensions look like that you're going to be attaching to the coop, the little poles like this. And for the coop, these are going to be 6 inches off the ground. So they're going to be much lower. And then you just put them along the way, all the way around the coop, and that's what holds the wire. All right, so a little summary of everything I've talked about. You want to make sure that your run is wide enough so a raccoon can't reach in and grab a chicken because it's narrow and crowded. You want to make sure that your wire, your chicken wire, the holes are small enough. The more narrow, the smaller the holes need to be. You want to make sure that you put a roof all the way across your run to protect it from flying predators. Owls, to me, are the biggest problem around here, but owls and hawks both can get them. You want to make sure that your hen house is the most sturdy part of your chicken coop. You want that to be like little Fort Knox. Make sure you build that really, really good. I have plans for my chicken coop design that you can find in a link below. Also, if you're having huge problems and you really live way out, you can electrify your chicken coop. And what I mean by that is you just run a single strand 6 inches off the ground all the way around the outside of your coop. It's very easy to do and inexpensive as well. That will do a fantastic job protecting your chickens. Please click the like button. It really does help me so much. And also a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters. You really help this to be possible for me to shoot videos. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Thanks for watching. Happy homesteading. Bye-bye.